Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. It is Tuesday. I am the badass Buddha, Lori Monaco, coming to you from Southern Connecticut, where it is, I'm telling you, we have more overcast days lately than Washington State, I think. But hopefully it'll burn off. It was off and on yesterday. It's been off and on for the last couple of days. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Buenos días. That's it. Good morning, mi gente. Buenos días. Aquí con la Margarita, con su café y sabiduría. It is kind of overcast here in Tampa, Florida, too. The sun ain't shining, but I'm sure it's hot as hell. And what day it is already? August 30. How quick did the month of April just?
I know.
Month of April. I'm still stuck in April. That's how quick everything went.
Yeah.
How quick? Nos queda what until tomorrow? Tomorrow, August is no more until next year. So it is time waits for no one. I think that's my message for this morning. El tiempo no espera a nadie. Time waits for no one. And
time is more precious than money, truly.
Yes, and we all have 84,600 seconds in a day. We all have the same amount of time in a day. So no one should ever say, I'm too busy. Do what you want to do now. Because later is just later, right? And then it's too late. So I am La Margarita. And I'm so excited for our book.
Yes.
Talk a little bit. Milagros, enhorabuena. Congratulations. Tiffany Bryan, good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, Tiffany and Milagros. Yes, Milagros, congratulations. First time author. Fabulous story. And so, yeah, we launched the book yesterday. And I went to bed. When I went to bed last night, we had hit number one in one category in the US. And when I woke up, I think we hit number one in 3 categories in the United, or total of 3 categories in the US, or maybe 4, I can't remember, which is absolutely fabulous. We are slow on the international. So it's funny because I have family out in Australia, I have family out in Italy, and I have friends in Canada. And I've been like telling them, like, don't forget to buy the book. Don't forget to buy the book so that we could see the sales go up over there. So hopefully today will be that day. The analytics are very interesting the way they do this. First, they do like a 24-hour period to see what the sales are like. And if your sales are really high in a 24-hour period, you can hit those slots. But then they do an overall rating, over a period of time. And the longer you stay ranked at a certain level, the higher your rating gets, So it's a combination of like everybody buying right away, and then people buying over a course of time, with sales staying pretty steady. So for those of you that have not bought the book yet, you have 2 options. You have the paperback and you have the ebook, but the paperback is great because then it's in your hand. I mean, it's a really, really pretty cover this time around. I mean, the other one was pretty too, but really pretty. And it's nice to have it in your hand so you can read it. But it's also because of the special chapter at the end, which we did in the first book, which is you get to write your own story. The last chapter is for you. So it's blank pages, so you could write your story. And so if you haven't gotten your book, please, grab it today, purchase it today on Amazon. It's very inexpensive because we kept the price low for the introduction of the book launch. And the prices will go up at some point, probably in a couple of weeks. But the ebook and the paperback book together, buying both, are still less than the cost of a regular book. Still less than the cost of this book in general. This book is $16.95 retail, so you can buy both. But anyway, and I'm done speaking.
It's us. No, that was beautiful. Stephanie Nieves, my beautiful freckle face. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I hope Benny had a first great day of school yesterday.
I know, I saw the pictures. Oh, so cute.
And
handsome.
I reached out to my grandson who started 5th grade, 6th grade.
Wow.
And he said he had a good first day of school, and it not only was his first day back to school, it was his first day back at a new school. So that's intimidating for anybody at any age. But, you know, and I was like, yay, a new school year, meeting new friends, you know, different people. So he's like, yeah, I guess. You know, he's in that 12 gonna be 13 stage. So
that I'm too cool to talk to tell you that kind of stuff. And
so, you know, and I'm happy. And then my granddaughter FaceTime from Costa Rica yesterday. So she was having a blast, sad that she's coming back today, you know, and then
I know the feeling.
And then my 15, soon to be 16-year-old grandson FaceTime yesterday. And you know, he's just in love. But we always knew he was gonna be a little just what's the guy? Come on, help me. What's the guy that would talk from the balcony, but he had the other guy do it because he had the big nose?
Cyrano.
Yeah, that he just loved, and it's an innocent, beautiful, profound love. And my grandson since he was 4, he would cry because girls wouldn't like him back. And I said, oh, Mara, and I'm gonna have to be beating up people as he grows up. They hurt my baby. But yeah, so life is beautiful. It's going by too quickly. Buy the books. Buy the books for gifts that are, you know, Christmas is coming up. This is inexpensive, and it's sharing stories of over 12 women in there. And then whomever you buy the book for gets to write their own chapter at the end. You know, the book was created with an extra chapter at the end, and that's where you create your own, or whomever you're going to buy the book for. You know, I think books should still be purchased and gifted, because I'm afraid they're going to do away with books. I don't know how long I've had this fear, but I would prefer a paper book to anything else. I have an audiobook, and in over 40 countries worldwide. Soul Searching for Peace is worldwide in over 40 plus countries. You believe I still haven't listened to it? And it's me. It's me. I'm the storyteller. I'm the one who's talking shit. And I haven't heard it.
The one who's talking shit.
Because I prefer to flip the pages. I like to buy, like, look at this book that I have. I was reading it the other day. It's old. Look at the yellow paging. I've had this for years. T.S. Eliot.
Those too.
And I like when you open it and you can't even see it. What the hell is that light reflecting? I don't even got a lamp on. But it's yellow. But you know what I love? I love to smell it.
Me too. I absolutely love the smell. Yep.
And I think when we appreciate stuff like that, then we want to own our own books. And I have, like, my book. I'm in my library in this show. But look, and I'll pick them up when I go to Goodwill. I'll pick them up. And before I know it, I'll have 5 of the same book. And guess what I do when I'm talking? Somebody comes over here. They never leave my house empty-handed. You're either going with a book, a T-shirt. You know, you're going with something. So books are important, and they leave a legacy, not only for you, but whoever is sharing it forward in their family or with their friends. So buy the book. Share. Christmas is coming up. Thanksgiving. You don't want to go empty-handed to somebody who cooked you a meal. Wrap up a book in a pretty ribbon. That's always beautiful. And paper, brown paper. That's right, lovely. Like a butcher. And this, you know, we're not saying buy the book because we want to make money. And we're saying buy the book because we want the tools that we shared from our warehouse of hurt and growth and courage to be shared with whomever's reading it. And then they can share it with whomever they're speaking with. If they don't got the book, they're like, oh my God, I read this book and in such a chapter or in such a paragraph, it said this, and I swore that they were speaking to me. Yes. And now I know what to do with my pain, with my sorrow, with my grief, with my shame. And you know what? And that's how conversations evolve. And that's how healing begins. And it's like that. So that's why we say share the book. Share the first one, share the second one. Because it's not about, we're not telling you how we love to walk down the street picking up our nose and going to buy pickles at the corner store. You know, it's life altering. It's life changing. It's smiles. It's laughter. It's fuck my life. Fuck
I
my
don't know if I've ever picked my nose and bought pickles. That's interesting.
You never know that because you never.
It might be worthy to write in a book though, because I don't know. Have anybody ever done that? Picked your nose and bought pickles?
Well, if you're gonna do that, do it as you're carrying a book and look smart. Okay, who's on? Arlene and Darlene Kelly.
Yep, Janet Ortiz is in the house. We also have
looking fantabulous, Janet Ortiz.
Sabrina Cardoso. Yeah, and we said everybody else already, so this is great. So good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday, the start of the week.
Look what Milagros wrote. Fabulous stories, 12 wonderful women.
Yes. Yep, absolutely. All right. Well, we have an interesting conversation today. So why are we having this conversation today? Well, we wanted to have a little fun. So today's conversation is 69 is fine. Maybe, I don't know. That's up to you. We're going to talk about that. We're just going to have like a fun sex talk. So thank goodness Milagros is here.
Yes.
So she can add to the conversation. But the reason we're sort of just ending September with like fun, because we have something special planned for for September. I skipped the whole month.
I know.
What did I say? September is ending? Jesus. August is ending. We have something special planned for September. We're going to make September a very big empowerment month for all of you and for us. And so what did I say it was? It was about, you would have thought that I would have wrote it down so that I
talked about it yesterday.
It's about taking control. That's what it is. Taking control and taking action. That's what September is going to be all about. And so each day that we're going to be talking about, like, we're going to be getting in your face and talking about what's stopping you and working on one specific piece that's stopping you, and then how to take action from that one piece. And we're going to have very specific people coming on. We're actually not going to have a lot of guests next month. We're going to just do like something specific. It's almost like 1 month of solid group coaching. That's what it's going to be like. And we're gonna have our Melissa Luciano is going to be a guest host because I'll be away for one of the days traveling and I won't be able to get on. But it's going to be really, really a fantastic month. And so we're going to encourage you to like get pens, paper, that kind of stuff to like take notes or go back and listen to it at first and then go back and take notes if you're driving in the car and stuff like that. So we wanted to end the month with just something like real silly and funny to laugh and talk about. So that's that. All right. So Gladiator Guru, do you want to, let's do set our intention for today, and then let's go ahead and do our mantra, and then we'll get going. All right.
Do this.
And everybody that's there, share. We will not get upset with you if you share the broadcast today and get people on. We don't have that many viewers right now, so let's get all right. So as always, we set our intention here at Viva Cafe con Leche, and our intention is always the same, but it's not the same. So our intention is, let's set the intention to be intentional
and grateful.
You set your intention for how you want it, whatever that intention may be. And when you do, go with gratitude. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. Oh, but you and maybe it's
add on to it. I'm
trying to share Viva. You just told everybody to share, so I got to be that everybody as well.
Oh, you're sharing. Okay, sorry.
I say, make life easy. When you arise every morning, be grateful and carry kindness throughout your day. Don't matter if somebody step on your toe. Don't matter if somebody rushes in front of you. They're going to end up at the same light with you. You know what? Just practice kindness. And most importantly, let's be kind to ourselves. When we're kind to ourselves, we don't upset the spleen. We don't encourage the angry cousin liver to get into action. the kidney isn't carrying all of our anxiety. Be kind to yourself and then let it pour out into others. And that's with the smile. That's what the Badass Buddha and I were speaking. I don't know who remembers this movie with Bridget Fonda, Point of No Return, right? Where she was an addict. They trained her to be a mercenary for the government. She had to kill people. And something was wrong. She had a bad temper, and he taught her to smile and said, I never really did let the little things bother me. When you smile, even though you don't mean it, you're still smiling. There's something that happens where it displaces that rageful anger. So be grateful, carry gratitude and kindness, and do it with
Intention.
So you're more alert than I am. Do it with intention. Be intentional in if your life is as important to you as anything else, it's everything else. And carry kindness, gratitude, and do it intentionally. And then everything else won't fuck up your day. It's that simple. You are in charge of how you get upset, what you lose, what this anger, what's this. So keep that in mind. Even my kids like, Ma, you have changed. This is like 5 years ago. You would have never let that happen. I'm living in a different plateau.
And chapter.
And you know what? I like it. I like, what is it? I try to speak farmer and I don't really know the language, but I like my harvest. It took many years to prepare mine. Giovanni. Andiamo. Giovanni, look, from Italy's in the house. So that's what that is. Did I take up too much time in explaining that? But I think it's very important.
No, not at all. You're fine.
Remind yourself
type in Giovanni's name.
That when you are in control of everything, that how you want your day to go, it's nobody's fault. It's not your co-worker's fault. When you walk in, they look up at the clock. We all know we want to choke the shit out of them when that happened, but that's in our past. It's not who we are today. But we would get upset. It's not, little things like that is not, they're out of our control. So let's just learn how to say, I'm late. Whatever the case may be. Be grateful that you're able to see somebody do that you're able to hear somebody clench their teeth when you be grateful for all the negativities you get to hear, see, and smell. Because what does that tell you? You are so alive in your own senses that you can see that. But then you have to be smart enough to say, oh, well, and keep it going. Correct?
Yes. And speaking of gratitude, I want to say, we're very grateful for everybody that has purchased the book and has supported us on every endeavor that we've done. And it's interesting because yesterday, when we released, it was like we had to reach out to people and say, put on our social media, reach out to people, blah, blah, blah. And, I know so many people now, as does Gladiator Guru. We know so many people, but it's so hard to keep up with everybody because you'd be on like your phone all the time, texting, saying, and that I could probably make more of an effort, So what it came down to yesterday was I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to reach out to people. And then I kind of felt a little bad. I was like, so I'm going to reach out to these people. I haven't spoken to them in a while. And then I'm going to say, hey, could you buy the book? By the way, how are you? Could you buy the book? And because that's not me, like, I don't want to be that person, but I also knew what I owed, the women in the authors, because I had to put my effort in for all of us. This is a team effort, So I reached out to one of our guests, Kathy Tate. And the funny part is we had just talked about Kathy last week when we were doing the year in review. Kathy Tate she's from the Blonde and Bald podcast. She has alopecia. She's very courageous, beautiful lady from Australia. And we love Kathy. We just have lost touch with Kathy. I looked on my thing and I hadn't text messaged her since like December, or messaged her since December. So I'm just like, you know what? We want international orders. So I'm like, Kathy, I know I haven't reached out to you since December. I said, and I'm gonna be the person I don't want to be. How are you, Kathy? And can you buy the book? And I said, and I'm so not that person, but I'm gonna be that person today. So we got to talking, and we got to talking back and forth. But here's the best part. Kathy just said, hey, I'm doing really well, and it's done. I just bought it. And that's the beauty of it. And man, I got to tell you, I was so grateful for that. And Gladiator Guru and I had a conversation about that yesterday too, is when we ask somebody for something, the people who really are incredible are the people that just say yes and okay. Not a problem. There's not a lot of conversation. I mean, she and I had a lot of conversation afterwards. In fact, I'm going to post something in the comments because they're looking for donations. Their podcast is doing really, really well. It's in like 72 countries or something crazy like that, right?
Awesome.
And they're looking for donations to upgrade their equipment, because this is something that they do themselves. So I'm going to put that on there, and I told her I would. But the thing is, though, is that when you ask somebody, and even if you haven't spoken to them in a while, and you say, hey, listen, can you help me out with this? This is, I'm sorry that I haven't been in touch, but can you help me out with this? The people who are really amazing will just be like, done. Got it. I got your back. No worries. Not this long drawn out, wow, you haven't reached out to me in so long and you're asking me for this. And it's like, okay, never mind.
I hate people, but you're absolutely right. Yesterday, I reached out to Iritza, and I'm like, Iri, because when Iritza and I speak, we forego all those niceties. Hey, man, we're like, Iri, I need this. Can you? And then she writes back, done.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid, of course, because she got to always add that. But that's it. And when I reached out, Giovanni, I don't know if you read your messages, but Giovanni was one of the people I sent the link to in Italy. I met Giovanni at my first Camino in 2017. He has this beautiful, beautiful head of white, cottony looking curls. Like,
yeah, you could see it in his picture.
Beautiful curls. And he's beautiful Italian. His voice is beautiful, but the way I speak Spanish, he speaks Italian, so none of us were understanding each other. I had to tell him, listen, you got to slow down. And amazing. I met him he slept in a teepee in one of the places we stood at, but we stood by the bonfire till like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Thank you,
Georgianne. Thank you. Georgianne's my neighbor. And she's fabulous. She's started doing, she's a hairstylist, but she started doing this work with this, she's selling, she's like you, she's like an artiste, and she's selling stuff, and her work is just fabulous. Thanks, Georgianne. We really appreciate
it. Thank you, Georgianne.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Gladiator Guru.
That's okay. I just want to, I'm complimenting Giovanni. Hopefully he checks his mail. So Giovanni, grazie, amici. So, and that's what you do. You live your life by meeting people. And if you're kind to people because you love who you are, you love where you're at, then that pours out into meeting people. And then you have, look, I met Giovanni in May of 2017. And we walked certain parts of the Camino. We drink wine together. I didn't see him for months. And then, we still maintain contact. And he's gone twice ever since I've only been back once. But it's the connections you make with people. So what the badass Buddha was saying is right. We shouldn't feel, we're grown. We're not children. So a true friend can say, hey, let me call you back. And then a week later, I'm going to call you back because shit happened. I forgot. And then we're going to pick off where we left off because we're individuals who are busy. We're individuals who have things to do. We're not now you're calling me back. And when I hear people say that, I just get nauseous. And so I'm like, what? Why do I have to explain myself? I love when I say, okay, let me call you back, or they tell me I'm gonna call you back, and it'll be days later.
Yeah.
And then we just reconnect, because that's
Yes.
what happens. What if
Yeah.
I'm, in that, what if I took a vow of silence for 2 days? I couldn't tell you because I took a vow of silence. But you're blowing up my phone thinking I'm ignoring you, but I'm in a vow of silence.
I think I need that.
And we should all take that, even if it's just for a day. Just disappear from everyone. Shit, disappear from yourself. Stay in your pajamas all day. Read a book, drink coffee, eat soup out the can. Do whatever it is you want to do on a day that you have taken off from everything that makes you feel like you have to. And find yourself within that moment. But let's go on with the subject. Okay, so that was the mantra. We get up here, we see people's names, you bring out certain conversations in us.
I know, we get distracted.
And it's not even distracted, but we speak what we're supposed to speak. Because
it's a good distraction.
Like Georgianne came on, and I think when Pete and Giovanni, and when they come on, it's like we go somewhere, but that somewhere has a message. So thank you.
Look, yes, Georgianne, vow of silence. Yeah, Georgianne and I both have children the same age, and just could you imagine, Georgianne, how nice that would be to just, even in your own house, to just have to tell the kids,
wear a sign.
I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking. That would drive them crazy. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do our mantra. Let's get busy on this, and then we're going to have our fun conversation. So here we go, everybody. Say it loud, say it proud. I am a disruptor.
I am a disruptor.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am unapologetically courageous.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am spiritually grounded.
I am magically orgasmic.
Ole.
And I am beyond authentic.
And I keep it real.
That's it. Woo! What are we saying here? All right. So let's do it. So today's topic, for those of you that came on a little bit late, September is going to be the month of growth. So we have something very specific planned. We're literally going to be doing each day that we're on. We're going to be focusing on one particular thing, and that we're going to be, it's like group coaching. So we're going to have you like really take notes and get in your face about stuff. And it's also going to be getting our own faces, right? Because as we teach, we're also learning because we also want to hear the commentary from you. So, and actually we start a day early because, no, we don't. Actually, September 1st, Thursday, we have our special guest coming on, Gail Kraft, and we're going to start that month of growth, taking control and taking action. That's what September is going to be, with a conversation on abandonment. And it is going to be a conversation in multiple levels, and not probably what you think by the name abandonment. So that's what's going to start the September taking control and taking action month. And today we're going to end it on just silly conversation. So let's talk sex. What is a no better conversation than talking about sex? So today it is 69 is fine. I don't know. Do you think 69 is fine, Gladiator Guru?
No, I like 68. You do me, I owe you one. That's always fun. You really got to do me in order for me for that. But Iris, what do you mean? Iris, explain.
She said that to me yesterday when we were talking, when we were prepping. And she said, say it again one more time.
I like 68. You do me, I owe you one.
Oh my God. I love that. I'm going to have to use that one. Well, here's the thing with 69. It's really, there's so many parameters here, like you have to be the right size to each other. Like you can't be.
No, sir. Yes. I had a lover who was 6'3". Are we going way back?
No, it's harder. You can have to contort more, or it depends. Yeah, and it depends on it's not so much the tallness of the person, it's their torso length, I think, really more so. That's really
Yeah. See, I've never had issues with any of that.
I think it's just a lot of work.
I know, because I tell you, I don't take one for the team. That's if people who are like, a woman should not be, no, they have to conform as well. So I've never had an issue with that. And I've dated, like, this guy was like a Taino Indian. He was like 6'3". His hair was as long as mine. He was the beautiful, most uninterrupted complexion that ran from his forehead to his big toe, and marron nemi. And he died at 35 with a heart problem. But he was huge. My head reached not even the top of his shoulder. And no, there was never I was like, this is me, find a way, and that's it. So I think when the woman is the one that has to make all the adjustments, then it gets uncomfortable. But I told you from day one, whenever we talk about sex, I don't take one for the team.
I don't like that position because you're both working at it. It's like I can't concentrate.
I can't either. Like I don't have no fun. That's why I say that.
Yeah, so it's like I'd rather do one. Me first, of course. But I'd rather do a one at a time. I think it's just a little bit easier for the concentration level.
I don't like it, and I'm like, I can't do this. How am I can't pleasure you when I'm not even enjoying my pleasure. Figure it out. So they laugh.
Exactly. So, all right. So 69 isn't so fine, I guess. Right. And if you think it is, just put it in the chat, don't be shy. I'm surprised we're not hearing from Milagros.
I know. Milagros
saying something over here.
Amor,
so what do you miss? Like both of us have been a little stagnant.
Well, it's going 3 years now. I've been celibate. I miss all of it. I miss because I don't own a toy, so I don't need batteries. Never owned a toy, actually. I think I got one for my wedding.
As a joke?
Yeah, the little, and it says emergency. It came in that little box that said emergency, so it was like this big. But I'm magically orgasmic, so I don't orgasm simply by injection. I do it by touch because that's how magical I am.
There you go, Milagros. There you go, Milagros.
She's like, all those that are the same, right? It's like it doesn't matter. Oh, you make it happen. You don't even realize.
So for me, okay, so there's one for 69 is fine. So Milagros says 69 is fine for her. Okay, great.
I love Milagros. I love her. She should have her own podcast. So I think, what do I miss? I missed the whole package. I love foreplay.
Me too.
If you don't get it right, then we don't go past that. But I love foreplay. I love everything leading up to it. So it's like I'm this bunny rabbit with foreplay, and then once the foreplay starts, it is kicking in. Then I'm that lion, and at times I become the king of the jungle. So it's like, what are you doing? This is what you're gonna do. But yeah, but I miss foreplay. I think foreplay is very important. I don't mind quickies, but they either have to be a quickie afterwards, like after we done had like all of that, sharing of the juices type of thing, or right before it. But a quickie, to just get a quickie and go about my day and not have sex for 2 or 3 days later, or had sex 2 or 3 days before, I don't like it. Quickies to me is just for the man. I'm not gonna get no pleasure in it, and I tell you, I don't take one for the team. And it's a quickie, so there's no foreplay. You're not pulling my hair. You're not doing all this kind of stuff. You're getting off because by the time I find my spot, you're already pulling your pants up because it's a quickie. To bend over.
See, I like quickies. I disagree with it. I get just as much pleasure out of quickie, because I can get off quickie too. Like we can both be doing it, but I like it. I think it's a nice little, I love the quickies because, but understand, you said something very key. You said a quickie and then 2 to 3 days go by before you. The quickies are those little in between ones. It is not a substitution, for the full blown thing. It is just one of those little, I need a little bit right now, and you do it, and then that's it. And then maybe that's like an appetizer to what's going to happen later when you get home from work. It's like, let's do a quickie in the morning, and then when you get home, this is what's going to happen. That's that. I love them for that reason. But if that is your sex life, that could never be my sex life. Because there are people that are like that. It's just that's their only sex life, or just quickie things No way. I don't mind investing the time. You know, when women say, because we're notorious for saying, I don't have the time. I've got so much going on.
I don't know who's
Make
we, my
the
girl.
time. Make the, no, I've heard. I'm telling you.
I've heard
Make
people
the
do it. I'm
time.
like, are they like? I just say you don't like sex. I never got that. I never understood women, and then they would be the women to get so upset when their husband steps out on them. They're always saying no, and when they do it, they're half-assed at it. So anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about 69. But I missed everything. Stephanie Nieves said she gives a thumbs down to 69 because she is saying exactly what we said we felt. She does. She gets satisfaction off her partner and can't get it in that same way, in that position. And I'm with you. I'm with you. And but look at Milagros, where she says it also depends on who you do the position with. It's difficult with the belly, but be adventurous and use your imagination. It's difficult with the belly.
Climb it like Mount Everest.
Milagro, el hombre, si el hombre tiene panza. Because they don't, they don't work it. But no, 69, it's okay to start off, maybe to get your engine going, and then we switch. Okay, just let me do you. And at this point, you just said, let me get it over with and just get to work. Just get busy. We're both aroused right now. Because when you do, like I think when you do foreplay, whether it be a quick 69 just to get all the nerves, all aroused and going,
No,
I think if the woman would be like, before foreplay, and then when you're doing foreplay, it's like pop up or open, like a flower in the garden. And that's what you want. You want that relaxation. You want those petals to be open to receive the raindrops coming into.
See, Georgiana has both. See, she's like, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm like, Georgiana's like she's a moderate when it comes to the 69 position.
You see, that's good. But that's what I said. I'll do it like to initiate a start of it, like to get going, because women, they say, Milagros, correct me if I'm wrong, it takes about 4 minutes longer to get hot. When a man is also coming home late and they start tugging at their wife.
He's like, what did I what did I tune into this morning?
And they say it takes a woman 4 minutes to get hot and into it. So remember, the men, what they forget is they come home and they start tugging at their wives. Oh, come on. They don't.
The morning.
I love morning sex.
The morning nudge.
No, and I'll be like, hello, opening up like a flower, because I love morning sex, right?
I do too. I used to not, but I do too.
But there's some women that need to feel a certain type of way. That's you, boo. And nobody's right. Everybody
exactly. We're not judging.
Learn what their way of being aroused is, and then teach it to their partner. So we cannot get upset with our partner for not truly and completely knowing what are our arousal strokes. Because if we don't speak it or we don't teach it, they're not going to know. Again, if you're in any kind of that, just start telling yourself that, 10 to 20 minutes, morning sex is good. Yes, it is. So, and I think that learn what your arousals are, whether it's for a quickie, whether you're laying down sleeping in the morning and all you got to do is lift that leg like you're doing yoga in bed. And guess what? Then you're going to be like, whew, you're going to wake with a little pep in your step. Learn your arousals. If you know what your arousals are, stop keeping them to yourself. Share them. Direct. Yes. You think I was upset that several times I was called the drill sergeant? No, ma'am. You know why? Because they got it right after that, and I didn't have to say anything but enjoy. My 69 turns into 68, turns into hot loving and relations. Because now you get me. And now we're at the point where
Evie says morning breath is not good, but that's okay. You don't have to.
Bro, did I not say when you're sleeping on your side and they come up behind?
You don't have to make out with the person. Listen, when you're with the person a while, you have your moments where you're hot and passionate making out, and then the other time it's like hooker sex. It's
how
like
is that?
No kissing, no kissing.
But how is that that when you meet someone and you're that love, that euphoria, it's like, oh my God. And you kiss in the morning, you don't even smell the bad breath. The breath don't smell bad. It don't take nothing. The love is just everything is a fucking rose garden, right? And then you go a year or two into living together, you turn around and say good morning. You're like, ugh. And then we start getting ugly with one another. And so, for her to have said that, that's real talk. Morning breath, like when, and that's probably how you can gauge it. When you are in a relationship at the beginning, there's nothing that's wrong with that person. They could be out working all day. They come in, oh, baby, let me take a shower. I stink up. No, you don't. I love that manly smell. Fast forward a year. Oh, don't touch me. You stink.
Yeah, please shower.
It's like, te peino, te hace rolo. We got to also make up our mind. We got to realize where we're at in that relationship, because it does affect the sex we have with the person that we're with. That 69 is going to taste like you're sucking on a limbe and you're enjoying it, and it's arousing every nerve from the tip of your head to your big toe, right? And so why do you lose that? Where does it go? So that's what you gotta, I think it's all about learning about you and loving what you do when you're doing it. And the 69 isn't for everybody, but the title of this program is
69 is fine. So it might be fine for you, it might not be fine for you. That's okay. But it's just the title, because we could talk about other stuff. I personally, one of the things that I love when I have a lot of time, when it's going to be one of those intimate nights, I love when I love erotic massage. Like, I love massaging my partner. I love when my partner massages me. And that is such a turn on to get me going, and definitely them. And it's so relaxing, but then it's almost like a relaxation before the fireworks start, and it's just so erotic to me. Like, it is so such a deep connection. Like, that really does something for me. I love that.
Hello, Nitsa. Nitsa's my cousin. Petey, I love when someone learns me first. I hope you teach them first. Chanel loves massages, and Evie, he's too tall for me. 69 turns into 96. Now remember, Evie Sherry is named Evie Love. That's why I named my plant after, because I've always loved Evie Love since I met her. Well, how old?
Oh my God, it's so funny.
There are many positions that can be used to do it. The feet sitting from the back and from the front. Oh, I love that. I feel like the Lady Godiva with my hair long, and I'm, when you're on top, like, become that warrior. Remember,
good for your legs too. It's good. It's a good workout for your thighs.
And either way, Milagros, obviously, I love you. You are like my sex queen, because she talks about it like nothing.
She's a Puerto Rican.
Like, when you're sitting down on them, but you're facing their feet, and you grab their feet, and it's like, you're on that mountain bike with the handlebars bent down. And then when you're facing him sitting on them, it's like you're Lady Godiva. And I love it. And I think that learn who you are, what drives you. And then all that energy goes right into your partner, and they feel it. And then it's like, whoo. But you got to learn what it is you like. You don't got to sound like a dictator, but just show them with your movements.
And believe me, they like that.
Hand with love. If you don't like them squeezing your breast, don't say, don't ruin the moment. Just take their hands and move it somewhere else you like. That's how you do like the foreplay. That's how they get next time that you have sex, because you didn't embarrass them, or you didn't get embarrassed. When they go to squeeze your nipple, which I love, you might not like it. They're going to stop, and then they're going to glide it as though they're trying to be sensual to the spot where you took them to the last time, because there's memory in this as well. So that's what you have to do. And then you don't have to end up with the 96. Abby, that was brilliant, Abby Love. But it's like with 69, that's fine. I just think that sex is a beautiful thing with whomever you choose. to be in that position with, and in those positions with. The thing is, you have to have the desire. They have to light something up within you. They say men can have sex easily with any type of woman. I don't know. Some women can do the same thing. There has to be a connection, though, for me. I hate when they squeeze my nipple. We know, Iris. That's why I used your dislike as a teaching tool today. And
oh my God, that's so funny.
I love Iris. And I think that Milagro, do you like it? I love it when they bite me. And that's what the whole thing is about. 69. That's fine. Is that it?
69 is fine for some, not for others. And it's just like any other position. You know, the thing is, you just have to experiment. You have to like be willing. And sometimes women are very like, the reason they don't, because they're like self-conscious. I think as we get older, we don't give a shit so much anymore. So we're just like, I don't care. But then we also get this, I'm tired, you know, like I've got, you know, just, you know, guys are funny. Guys love sex as a stress reducer, whereas women tend to be like, I'm stressed, I don't want to have sex, total opposite. And I learned the hard way, truly, literally the hard way, that I gave into that, where I was a little stressed out and I gave into having sex. And I found this is like phenomenal. Like I felt like I discovered something phenomenal. Like I was like, oh my God, this is a fantastic stress reduction. Why they keep saying I'm too stressed? Like I can't. I'm like, this is fantastic. This is absolutely wonderful.
It's an excuse. And then they get upset, and you're right. I mean, I reached orgasm the first time I ever had sex. So I've always loved that. I always expect an orgasm out of sex. Always. And if I don't get one,
at least one,
hear about it. I'm going to let you know how I feel, because I can't hold in that anger all by myself. Yeah. Okay. But I think that, did you see Evie said, my boobs are fake. I can't feel shit. Thank you for your honesty. But I think that even when I would be angry, like we could have got into the shoving fight or whatever, and then either I'll initiate or he'll initiate, because having sex with your partner has nothing to do with just the discussion, the heated discussion you had about who's taking out the garbage with your partner. And I think we get them all intertwined. And as you found out, when you are stressed and you have a partner, then guess what? That is the best stress reliever, because you're releasing what? When you orgasm, share that with us. Badass Buddha. What is it that we release when we have an orgasm, when we're having
You mean
sex?
like the chemicals you're talking about?
Yeah. What?
Oh, we get a huge surge of dopamine. We get what happened? We get a huge surge of dopamine. There's a lot of hormones and neurotransmitters, like nerve chemicals, that are released, but the biggest ones are oxytocin, which is the bonding chemical. It's all the happy chemicals, serotonin, oxytocin. We release dopamine in a huge rush, and then we release endorphins, like natural painkillers. That's why we feel so good at that moment. And even the buildup, the chemicals are rising, and then when you get to that level, it's like an extreme amount, like a huge amount.
That last one is like,
yeah,
like the last 4th of July, that and it's the biggest explosion, and everybody's just like amazed. And that's how.
I love that feeling when you're you're sweaty, and you're just like, and you just want to like take a nap, you just want to like.
Not me. I feel like I'm going to win the USA gymnastics medal. That's what I feel like. I feel like
you're going to stand up on the podium. You're going to stand up on the podium with the song playing.
And that's how it should feel. That's how beautiful. But, also is when that happens, it's because you gave your all as well.
She's given us content to talk. Corkscrew or face off, doggy style. Everything happens when the couples have good communication. What's corkscrew? Are you spinning? Like, are you sitting on and spinning around them?
Yeah, I did that when I was lighter.
A little, but yeah, that's a lot of work. That one.
My husband has passed on, so he could never share those stories.
Oh my God, doggy style. Yeah, I got that one. Face off. I'm assuming, is it?
Yeah.
you're face to face, or no? That's not. That would be face to face, right?
Maybe it's the toe. Ay, Milagro,
Milagros, you have to make a guidebook. You have to make a guidebook and then like have all of that. Like Milagros, that's your next book. It's the guide to fabulous sex. That's
yes, let's do it, Milagros. I feel I release crack because he can't leave me alone. Let me tell you something. I read Eat, Love, Pray like 3 times because she's so funny, Melissa, what is it? Elizabeth Gilbert.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of Little House on the Prairie. So she was so funny in that book. Then I watched the movie, and I love Julia Roberts, and I think she did phenomenal. But the book captures more. Like my favorite part in the book is when she first gets to India and she's in the ashram and she tries to meditate and she starts thinking about everything else. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds so much. Maybe because I related to a lot of what she said. But when she gets to Bali, her knees are hurting, her knee in particular. And the lady, the healer says, you haven't had sex in over 6 months. And she's like, how do you know that? She's like, because with 6 months of more of not having sex, your knee starts to tighten. It's like the tissues dry out. Something to that effect. And she laughed and she had sex, and then she came back and said, yeah, my knee's not hurting anymore. My knee's hurting, by the way. And that's why I brought it up, because my knee be like, what the fuck? Right? So she said, Google it. No, you tell us, Milagro. Googled. So, I mean, sex done correctly, 69s also releases, and plus you're doing that exercise to get rid of the papa, you're exercising. We don't exercise the muscles in our face, and we have the nerve to say, oh, these wrinkles. It's also an exercise program for that.
Oh my God. So she wants us, you want us to make a show about the different positions? Okay. But you have to be on with us though. Like you have to be the guest. We're gonna do that.
Well, a Moments con Margarita, I think we have so far like 25 because we have to re-air it. And we only did it on YouTube, I think. But we're talking about the vagina. And so that was a good one, Milagros and I. So she's very open. So I think we should have a show like this. Maybe around Christmas so we can teach the people who come on how to wrap themselves in a bow. After learning what we were saying, it's always good to learn something about sex, as long as it's not harmful and you're not bringing in all these excessiveness. Just be yourself. The human body and your thought process is like a toy store in itself. You don't have to go visit these toy stores for all these rubber, plastic, God knows what's on them kind of thing. You are that. Down to dressing in your fishnet stockings that are crotchless, how you do your hair, how you dress up, how limber you are, and what you're actually willing to do. Like when you're in the bed with your partner that you love, there should be nothing off limits. What would be not off limits for you? Come on, people. What would be something in the bedroom with your partner that you like, we ain't doing that?
Oh, for me? What is off limits? You said what's not off limits. What's off limits? That's what you're asking?
What is off limits? Yeah. What's off limits?
Anal sex for me. I've tried it. Nah. I've tried it more than once. Nah. It's just, and I know a lot of women who like it. It's not my thing. It's just absolutely. Chanel said the same thing. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good. And the thing is, if you're going to do it, you want to do something that makes you feel, really good. And that's not one of them. And I've been, my first husband was really obsessed with that. And he was constantly like wanting to, like, he would, it was just annoying. Like how much, that's the other thing, is you also have to respect the other person. You can't, you if they say no, especially if they've tried it and they say, no, this isn't working for me, but you got to respect the other person. And so that boundary was always disrespected in my household. But I think that's pretty much it though, I think. Right? What about you? You're staying awfully quiet. So what about you? Nothing's off the table for you?
No, like whips or nothing like that. I'm more of bring me what you got, like in person. But no, there's really nothing.
Effie. I'm afraid I would be like, oh my God, is that how I look? I'm like, that's why I don't want to.
Do you like the way you look in your videos, Every Love?
Oh my God.
So yeah, I think because like I said earlier, when your partner has learned all the key points, when you are open to all the touches that are being done to you, some may be that you're unaware of, and it might pique you. You become so aroused that, as I said, when the arousal strikes, it's like you're opening up like a little flower, and that's everywhere. That's all the orifices in my body. So I think that, yeah, and there's nothing. I can orgasm either way. I'm magically orgasmic.
Oh, and now I'm all worked up. Like I have to say, like I'm all worked up, and that. Oh
Hi,
my God!
Chanel.
Hi, Chanel. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Love
Well,
you, Prima.
so we are at the top of the hour. This was a fun little conversation, lighthearted, and again, we're getting ready for September. We start on Thursday with our guest, Gail Kraft, and we're going to start getting in your face for September. We
Yes.
want, we are at that 9-month mark of the year. We're coming into that, and we want to see where you are. We want to see a partner resting the hip, that giving you a deep penetration. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
we want to make sure, like you're playing, playing in your game here, playing in your, being a participant in your life. So we're going to be asking you tough questions. We're going to be working you through it. We're going to be talking. The whole month of September is on taking control and taking action. And each segment is going to be one specific conversation, and only that one specific conversation. Then we go to the next conversation. And then in the end, it's to help you grow. So our goal is to, if you are able to, sit with us during the live and take notes and ask questions, but also to watch during, the replay and see if you missed anything, or if you can't take notes, listen and then watch the replay, because we want to see you like really take off and then slide into the end of the year so that you could just end with like a bang. Maybe it's a big bang. Maybe it's a bang in bed. I don't know. What did she put? Is anyone feeling your twat?
Like right now?
Oh my God.
By the conversation.
It pulsates, right?
Yeah.
Evie, it's like it's pulsating. Like
it's like it has its own heartbeat.
So Evie's about to make another movie as soon as we hang up.
What do you mean, Petey? You can't what?
Oh my God.
Look at Desiree to the growth month. Yeah, we wanted to end August, the end of summer. You can say with exactly what we did. We scheduled this here to end the season, because September might still be warm, but it's fall. All the birds are fall seasons for me. It's like autumn begins on Thursday, and the leaves are gonna change color, and it's gonna get a little brisk out, a little breezy, So we wanted to end the summer month with exactly what we did, because you know what? It's funny, and you walk off with your day, and you're gonna think of us all day long, and maybe Milagros with the corkscrew. I don't know. Each of us takes away a key word that's gonna make us smile and maybe share the laughter throughout the day. And that was our mission today. And you know what? We do speak of things that only other people dare think of. We bring something up to your attention, and they're like, oh my God, they're talking about that. Yeah, boo-boo, we are. Why? Because it brings laughter. I'm so happy for it too. It brings laughter, and anything that's going to put a smile on your face the rest of your day today, and that little giggle, that's what we aim to do. And then next month, it's all about, let's get down to the what is that level, that deeper level where it's gonna shuffle some things around, and then
release,
growth.
Mm-hmm.
Growth. Okay.
Well, for those of you that we got all hot and bothered, go find your significant other or whoever it is, and then just tell them you got something to do with them before whatever. I don't care. But anyway,
give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Be awesome today. Go out there into this world today. Be the best version of yourself, wearing that genuine smile on your face. Say hello to everybody who crosses your path, whether it's through a smile or a nod, or like I do, hola, buen dia, bon dia. Good day, good morning. Just do it. Remember, they don't owe it back to you. Just do it. You go out and you set that intention that because you had a good laugh this morning, you're going to share it with everybody you cross paths with. And not only people you know, everybody. You walk out to your car, there's somebody collecting carts in the parking lot. Good morning. Smile. That's all you got to do. That's your mission for today.
Yay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming on today. We will see you on Thursday for the start of our fabulous September, taking control and taking action. So thank you, everybody. It was a fun conversation. And yes, we will do exactly what Milagros requested. We'll put this together and figure this all out when we can do it. So meanwhile, from the Badass Buddha. Oh, and one last thing. Don't forget to buy the book. Don't forget to buy the book. And from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And from the Gladiator Guru, mi gente, remember to breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste.